do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing? Nailsin News.
Good morning. I know what you're thinking. How can you be doing this early in the morning? Well, I ran out of time because I had a big show over at Pat Dixon's show. What a night that was. An amazing thing. Still thrilled about everyone who showed up and all that. And special thanks to Melton and Mersh for helping out there. And, of course, the lovely audience who, really made Christmas come a few weeks early. Yeah. So anyway, it was a lot of great fun. So thanks again to everybody involved. And so now what can I do? I can read news stories. In this special edition, monsters, mutants, and madness. Yeah, it's a terrible title. I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I throw mutants in there? It could have just been Monsters, Murder, Madness. Well, I didn't. And then, I only figured this out like a minute or so before I went and said, I already did the title and all that. Of course, I could change it later when No. It's done. This is where we are. That's where it goes. But first, I've got to do, an update to a previous story that I did last week. And oh boy, you're going to want to know all of it. Oh, you really are? Probably not, but you get the idea. So yes, Bonnie Blue. Porn star Bonnie Blue handed light punishment after Molly Bang bus stunt. So as you recall, she went to Indonesia, who has serious punishments for people engaging in pornography within their borders. And, she did just that. She got a bus full of dudes and her, and, nothing new for her, but it's not allowed there, But, I guess, we'll see. Bonnie Blue has been slapped with a $13 fine. $13? For flouting Bali's road rules, and will now be deported from Indonesia after being banned from returning for at least a decade. I guess they figure by then she, her looks won't hold up and it won't be that popular. So, yeah. Anyway, the British porn star, whose real name is Tia Billinger. I mean, she will bill you for the services. So I don't know why she bothered. But anyway, faced Denpasar District Court on Friday, accused of a string of road violations in relation to her Bang bus, a blue pickup truck. Pickup truck? She reportedly purchased for about $1,200. Yeah, that's not bad, huh? But I thought it was like a little, at least a van. So it was a pickup truck with a camper trailer on it? I mean, Anyway, the 26 already? Well, 26-year-old sex worker appeared alongside her crew, two British men and Australian comedian Julian Woods, for the hearing, with photos showing them inside the packed courtroom. Was it as packed as the bus? In the snaps, Blue could be seen covered up for her appearance, wearing a beige top and with black pants. Okay, but who's the designer? Who was she wearing? She also appeared downcast in some of the images, as the judge reportedly ordered her to not violate Bali's traffic laws again. So you see, you're supposed to pay attention to to driving. You know, you can't be having sex in the middle of driving around town. So that's really their concern, you know. So there's the courtroom. Yeah, all right. Anyway, in response, the Daily Telegraph reports, she replied, I understand. Blue and one of her British crew were each ordered to pay a $13 fine or spend a month in jail. I guess they paid the $13, you know. It is understood she will pay the fine before departing Bali. Well, I would think so, yeah. In court, a video was shown of Blue in the opened back vehicle. Wow. During her schoolies stunt on the island. Yeah, that was always the thing. Does this imply these were school-age boys? Outside of court, she reportedly made a series of crude remarks to reporters, as well as addressing fans with her signature, "Hi, boys." Yeah, well, Oh, that's the vehicle. So she was getting banged in the back of this little cart. Ew. Not that a full-on bus would be any better, really. I mean, at least it would be more covered, you know. Anyway, ahead of the hearing, she had told local media she was not afraid of facing trial. There's nothing I can't handle. Well, she sure has taken a lot up, you know. She told reporters while nibbling on a candy. A lollipop? It also noted that Blue was wearing the same green clothes as the previous day. Badung police badung announced Blue would face trial over the bang bus offenses at the same press conference outside the Nagura Rai immigration office on Thursday, where immigration officials declared she would be banned from the country for a decade and blacklisted. While in Bali, BB, otherwise known as Bonnie Blue, should have been traveling, but instead she was creating content. Well, that's her career, you know, said Badung Police Chief Arif Badabara. Immigration Chief Hiru Winarko announced that at the same press conference that Blue and her team had breached their visa privileges. They have misused the visa. They have to make content in Bali. Winarko said they will be blacklisted from entering Indonesia for at least 10 years. That could be extended. The sex fluencer who had her Australian visa canceled in 2024, doing the same thing, was arrested alongside a group of 17 male tourists last week following a raid of a studio in Badung. Oh, so maybe she just collected guys in the little truck, you know, and then drove them back to wherever her studio was, and then they went at it. So 14 of the men, all Australians, were released without charge while an investigation into Blue and the other 3 tourists was launched. Well, I mean, did they participate in the gangbang thing? You know, I don't know. Anyway, Woods was later confirmed as one of the 3 men being interrogated by Indonesian immigration officials alongside the 26-year-old. After 2 days of interviews, Badung police issued a statement declaring they had not found any pornographic elements during the dramatic raid. Oh. So, did they get rid of all the devices? It's like, they don't count it as actual recorded material there since it was uploaded to OnlyFans or I don't know. Officials had said everyone quizzed. Is that what they did? They admitted to being at the studio to participate in the production of the reality show content. Officers had stated that while allegations of pornographic content hadn't been substantiated, Blue and the three men were suspected of abusing their residence permits by using their kitas, an essential document for foreigners staying in Indonesia long-term for work, and tourist visas to work on creating commercial content. So she was just going to film herself like dancing with them and stuff. They weren't going to get naked or anything. And, but since she was doing that for the purposes of profiting from it, because it'll be content for Instagram, maybe OnlyFans as well, and all that. And then that was it. But still, you're supposed to get a permit for it. They didn't, so you didn't pay the racket. So that's the deal. I mean, it's her, so everyone just assumed she called the little truck bang bus. So come on. Maybe they were stopped before the activity could commence. I don't know. And I don't know. Why would you suspect her of doing anything improper? I don't get it. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it was a lollipop she was sucking on. Yeah, like a lollipop. Well, there she is. See, that's not suggestive at all. Why would anyone immediately assume this woman would bang over 1,000 guys in 12 hours? Just because she banged over 1,000 guys in 12 hours. It doesn't mean she does it every day. Anyway, none of the group who entered the country on tourist visas has been charged criminally. Their passports have been confiscated. Badung police told Detik Bali they had found a private video containing sexual content on the phone of one of the accused during its investigations. Well, that's porn, isn't it? Yeah. But I guess if they say, no, that's actually her boyfriend, so it's okay. It's actually private material just between the two of them. Maybe that's how they got out of that. However, the content was not shared with other parties, so it was deemed not to constitute a crime. Footage filmed showed Blue walking into Bali's immigration office in a green crop top and matching shorts with lawyer Edward Pangalia. There you go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. The controversial sex worker who became a household name when she claimed to have slept with 1,057 men in 12 hours at the start of the year was snapped, smiling, looking fresh despite the circumstances. It comes after Badung police claimed the group were playing a sex game where the winner would sleep with Bonnie Blue at the time of the raid. Oh, well, you cock-blocked the whole thing. See, you could have gotten them on serious charges and you just let it play it out, whoever the winner was. Yeah. Well, anyway, when they were raided, they were making collab content about a game where he said that already. The winner would sleep with Bonnie Blue. Said, ayo. Yeah, whatever. No pornographic activities or acts have been found in the collaborative content. Yeah, because he stopped it from happening. Oh, well, they didn't really want to do her any serious punishment, They were all taken with her, Yeah. Anyway, the furor around Blue broke out after she took to the streets of the deeply religious country on a bang bus tour for schoolies. Blue, who was released and was fully cooperating with authorities and the police. That's okay. Her spokesperson told news.com.au has remained on the Indonesian island for the course of the investigation. If she had been prosecuted and found guilty of the pornographic allegations, Blue had faced up to 15 years imprisonment in Indonesia and fines up to approximately $361,000, which are the maximum penalties. Badung Police Chief Arif Badabara said action was taken after the public reported the alleged creation of a pornographic video. That's a pornographic video, not an. Right? Post, come on. Well, man, she really skated on this one, huh? I mean, $13 is a lot cheaper than 361,000. I mean, I'm no mathematician, but Indonesia has strict morality laws that ban an array of disrespectful acts, including public nudity and engaging in sexual activities outside of marriage. Well, okay then, but then you did find a sex video on one of the phones. But you said, oh, well, it's private and everything. But were the two people married? One of the individuals who claimed to have ratted out the infamous sex worker said he did it because the local community was in shock at Blue Schoolie's antics. I mean, Schoolies? I mean, nothing seems to establish the age of these people, so I'm assuming these are college-aged guys. Well, why'd the guy rat? He must have lost the game. Well, then if I can't bang Blue, then no one can. Could be something like that. Anyway, pornography is illegal here. Producing pornography is illegal here. Working without a proper permit is illegal here. And we don't want Bonnie Blue's gangbang from Bali being posted and shared around the world. Bali doesn't need that kind of publicity, the anonymous individual said. Yeah. Badung police seized the Blues bang bus as part of its investigation. Well, sure. As well as a number of other items. Oh, boy. Including several cameras, condoms, sexual enhancement pills, and USB drives, which they immediately went through. They're like, okay, let's see. Oh, man, we came too early. They didn't shoot nothing. It's not the first time Blue has been kicked out of a country for controversial Schoolies stunts. The sex worker was deported alongside Australian sex worker Annie Knight from Fiji in November 2024. The country's Minister for Immigration, Pio Tico Dua, described the move at the time as an effort to safeguard Fiji's integrity and immigration system. Well, she wasn't immigrating there, was she? Just visiting. Oh, well, she seems all smiles. I mean, it's only $13. Plus, she gets all this publicity. Oh, look at that shot. She's probably going to keep that one. Hey, look. Giggle, tee-hee, giggle. So, yeah. I guess old Bonnie came out on top in this one, didn't she? Yeah, I'd say so. I would. And I do. Oh, yes. Come on, switch over, stupid. Damn it. Boy, the sunlight really just makes me look like I'm dead here, doesn't it? What are you going to do? So anyway, everyone can rest assured Bonnie Blue is okay. She's out $13 and she'll be all right. Yay. She can go back to banging, 1,000 dudes. Pellel says badongadong. Yes, that's the badongadong. They call the badongadong police. This is a special case reserved for badongadong. Pellel says, hey, Doug. Hello, Pellel. Rudy Baga. Good morning, Mr. Doug. Good morning to you, Rudy Baga. Pellel says hi. Everybody's saying hi. Pellel says, sounds like Bunny blew it. Well, she tried to, but, the Badongagong police interrupted the whole thing. Anyway, Pellel, her smash has more traffic than the Holland Tunnel. No doubt. Apparently not there, though. She was interrupted, Pellel Prudonesia, am I right? Well, they're very serious about their Muslim faith, and they don't approve of that sort of thing. Not out in the open. And, I guess they figured she was going to films herself naked, romping around some tourist attraction site or some crap like that, you know. Oh, now, Pele, what about the numbing agent for her crotch? Well, I don't know. They didn't mention it, but you got to imagine there was something in there. What do you think this is for? But it was still in its package and everything because he didn't need to use it because nothing happened. See? More evidence in her favor. Sort of. Not really, but they got their laws, you know. Well, we didn't really find anything, so we didn't get to review, you know, anything. Woman allegedly left by boyfriend to freeze to death on Austrian mountain identified. So her name is, or was, Kirsten Gertner, 33, died less than 100 feet from the summit of Grossglockner Mountain on January 19th. Both led and left there by her experienced mountaineer beau, Thomas Plamberger. Okay. The Salzburg native described herself as a winter child and a mountain person. Well, in social media profile, well, maybe not so much. Anyway, I guess that was once the happy couple. Plamberger, 39, faces negligent homicide charges for the winter nighttime excursion that saw Gunter, an inexperienced climber. So maybe just mountain, just like she likes to look at them and stuff, but not actually, you know, hike them. I don't know. Anyway, they trekked through over 12,000 feet in minus 4 degree Fahrenheit conditions up toward Austria's highest peak. At approximately 2 a.m., the defendant left his girlfriend unprotected, exhausted, hypothermic, and disoriented about 50 meters below the summit cross of the Grossglockner. The woman froze to death. Well, yes, since the defendant, unlike his girlfriend, was already very experienced with alpine high-altitude tours and had planned the tour, he was to be considered the responsible guide of the tour, according to a statement from the Innsbruck Public Prosecutor's Office. The couple were effectively stranded from 8:50 p.m. onward. What? Plumberger? It was Plamberger earlier, right? Yeah. All right, whatever. Plumberger did not make an emergency call or give any distress signals when they saw a police helicopter fly nearby at 10:50 p.m. Webcam images show the couple's camp near the peak of Grossglockner, where Gertner was found dead. Plumberger. All right, so his name is actually Plumberger, not Plamberger. Still, I guess you could kind of make a plum burger. Like it would be a sweet sandwich. But anyway, Plumberger only called Alpine police officers at 1:35 a.m. and then put his phone on silent. About an hour and half an hour later, he left Gunter to die on the icy mountain, even neglecting to cover her with available emergency blankets. Okay, this is a murder plot, huh? Come on. Hey, jeez. Huh? All right. Okay, he really likes himself. At 2:30 a.m., he was spotted by a trail cam descending the mountain with Gertner left far behind near the summit. Plumberger reached out to emergency services again at 3:30 a.m., prosecutors alleged. Lawyer Kurt Jelinek, who represents Plumberger, maintained his client's innocence and insisted Gertner's death was a tragic, fateful accident. Tributes poured in for the inexperienced hiker on a memorial page for Gertner. So I guess that's her trying it out, but well, So yeah, they're all sad and they miss her and everything, but I think they got a strong case here. I mean, maybe there's some details we're not getting, but Plumberger was charged with his trial expected to kick off in February. If convicted, he could be sent to prison for 3 years. Well, they are charging him with negligence. They're not charging him with outright murder, but how do you accidentally, I left my phone on silent. Oh, jeez. I always do that. Habits, they're hard to break. I forgot. Is that it? Oh, the helicopter flew by, and I don't know. I just didn't think of it. Huh. Yeah, maybe that's the deal. Maybe they'll just they'll go with that. What do you think? Huh? Just a tragic series of stupid mistakes and accidents and everything. And he left her. He didn't leave her to die. He left her. Okay, I'm going to go get help. But if there were these emergency safety blankets around, he didn't. Oh, look, you're going to want to wrap yourself in this. It'll give you a fighting chance. Well, I go get help. Oh, well, they'll have to figure that out. But even if they do, no, he just does 3 years because, you were stupid. Oh, well. Yeah, again, maybe there's other details and whatnot. Sure. All right. That's the mountain. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize this is another story from Austria. Something going on in Austria. Oh, Nelly. Oh, goodness. Oh, gee. Well, you got it. There it is. All right. Whoop. Austrian influencer who vanished after a holiday party found dead in forest after ex made chilling confession. Well, there you go. It's already solved and everything. But anyway, an Austrian beauty influencer was found dead and stuffed inside a suitcase in a remote forest after her ex-boyfriend allegedly strangled her. Stephanie Piper's body was discovered in the Slovenian wilderness nearly a week after she went missing. The 31-year-old vanished after returning home from a Christmas party on November 23rd. Wow. Yeah. She is pretty. Oh, yeah. 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 Well, Piper's ex-boyfriend, also 31, allegedly confessed to strangling her and led police to where he dumped her body in the forest. Social media beauty was reported missing by relatives and colleagues when she missed a scheduled photo shoot and could not be reached. She had sent friends a WhatsApp message on Sunday saying she was home safe, but then reportedly sent another message expressing worry that someone had followed her to her stairwell. Well, she really was. That's pretty odd. Anyway, neighbors allegedly heard an argument and saw Piper's ex-boyfriend in the building. Her ex was arrested by the Slovenian state police after his car caught fire outside a casino near the border with Austria. He was believed to have traveled by car to Slovenia many times prior to his arrest. He was extradited to Austria after allegedly leading police to his slain ex-buddy. His father and brother have also been arrested. I guess they were helping him out, get rid of evidence and stuff. And I assume he set the car on fire to also get rid of evidence. But then he just, all right, I did it. Here she is. And that's that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess she dumped him and he couldn't get over it. And, well, now he lost his, he lost his marbles. Meaning he went nuts, I don't know why mines are referred to as marbles, but I mean, people can lose marbles, so I guess it fits in that way. So, anyway, yeah, he went nuts over his girlfriend. Now she's dead. So, didn't really fix anything, did you? Stupid. Oh, well. This story's too long. We'll go with this instead. Oh, yes, we will. That's what I do. There we go. Oh, maybe I better. There, that works better. All right. Mom, husband, cut baby from pregnant daughter's womb because she wanted a child of her own. Oh, well, in that case. As a pregnant Rebecca Park sat on the ground of a Michigan nature trail suffering from stab wounds to her back, her mother told her to lie back. Your baby is gonna die, 40-year-old Courtney Bartholomew told her 22-year-old daughter. With Bartholomew's husband holding a knife to Park's throat, she cut her daughter's stomach and removed the baby boy who was not breathing. The suspect's husband, 47-year-old Bradley Bartholomew, then allegedly slit Park's throat. In total, she was stabbed more than a dozen times. Ooh. Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew took the baby to their truck and tied Park to the back of the vehicle. They then allegedly drove the truck some 20 feet down a bank with Park's body behind. The Bartholomews then covered Park's body with some leaves. Okay. And drove back to their home where they tried to perform CPR on the baby. Once those attempts failed, Bradley Bartholomew placed the baby's body in a cooler and drove to a nearby dumpster where he discarded the remains. He didn't even put leaves on it. This all occurred in the evening of November 3rd in Wexford County, which is in northern Michigan. Park. Hang on. Boy, I'm having a karmic moment. Jeez. Look, I know it's a disgusting story, but you don't have to call me to interrupt it. Anyway, don't call me while I'm streaming. This all occurred. Yeah. Park, who was 38 weeks pregnant, was reported missing the next day. On November 25th, searchers found her body near the hiking trail in the Manistee National Forest in Boone Township, a tiny municipality located roughly 35 miles due south of Traverse City. The trail where the body was found is roughly 2.5 miles from the Bartholomew home. Well, they really didn't put much effort into this other than, killing their daughter. Holy crap. Authorities have yet to recover the baby's remains. Cops arrested the Bartholomews on December 1st on charges including murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture, and assault on a pregnant person. The nearly 20-page arrest affidavit released shows the Bartholomews initially denied involvement before pointing the finger at each other. Courtney Bartholomew claimed she wasn't there and said her husband admitted to her that he killed Park. I slit her effing throat. Bitch deserved it, she claimed. Her husband told her, yeah, sure. She asserted her husband killed the victim because Park's boyfriend turned Bradley Bartholomew into police last year for not registering as a sex offender. Oh, this just gets better all the time. But cops told Courtney Bartholomew that would not be a motive to cut out the baby. Yeah, good point, unless... Okay. Confronted with the facts, Courtney Bartholomew allegedly fessed up to her involvement. She lured Park to her husband's truck, and he held a knife to her throat and forced her inside. Bradley Bartholomew told cops his wife cut Park's infant from her stomach because she wanted another baby to raise on her own. In addition to the Bartholomews, Park's fiance and sister faced drug and tampering charges. During a bond hearing, prosecutors unveiled the horrifying facts of Park's demise. This is a case of premeditated torture and murder, said Wexford County Prosecutor Joanna Carey. These two individuals created a plan, conducted research. Mr. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home, forced her into another vehicle, and took her into the woods, where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out, ultimately caused her death and the death of the baby. This is frankly evil personified. Oh yeah. Well, Rebecca Park was last seen alive, getting into a vehicle by her adoptive mother outside of her home near Cadillac on November 3rd after she had just received $2,000 in an inheritance. After cops found Park's body, her fiancé, Richard Fowler, 43, was arrested on multiple drug charges. Then, during the early morning hours of November 26th, the missing woman's sister, Kimberly Park, 21, was arrested on charges related to her sister's disappearance. Fowler stands accused of 2 counts of delivering methamphetamine. Kimberly Park is charged with 1 count each of tampering with evidence in a criminal case, lying to a police officer during a violent crime investigation, and filing a false report of a felony. Well, during an arraignment, the sister's bond was set at $750,000. Fiance's bond was set at $1 million. Both defendants were deemed threats to the community and flight risks. Okay, but is this connected to the murder and everything? I mean, it's just everybody's a mess here, But anyway, then citing national media attention, 84 District Court Judge Corey Wiggins quickly shut down broadcast of the proceedings, according to Traverse City NBC affiliate WPBN. And okay, they're all upset. Kimberly Park, ladies and gentlemen, people in the court, media, and those on live stream, the judge said, according to the product, the court has an ethical duty to ensure the defendants that they have a fair trial, blah, blah, blah. While their motives remain unclear, she wanted the baby, and they're really stupid. That's not how you do that. Anyway, family members have been devastated by the pregnant woman's death and want justice. I'm heartbroken, crushed, Rebecca Park's adoptive mother told. Jeez. I have to remain strong. I have 3 children. All right. So she was adopted, probably removed from custody of these 2 idiots, and then placed in this other home, and then got lured by her own mother. I don't know. I mean, they have the death penalty there, don't they? Because, if it doesn't apply here, then where? That kind of thing. Holy crap. What a Monsters, yeah. I mean, no other way to put it. So I guess I got the title right on that story. Monsters. Whew. Hey, are any of these other stories that bad? Let me see. No. Yeah, no. No. Yeah, well, it could have been, but wasn't. Okay. Oh, thank God. Boy, I really didn't, I skimmed these. Mm. Oh, geez. Pelle says, leave him out in the cold. Is her name Flishtoff Gillsberger? Pelle, oh, wait. I thought the girl left the guy. Joke ruined. Yeah. It was the guy. Pelle, wow, that's personal to do all that. Pelle, the karmic line. Yes. Yes, I had a karmic moment. It happens. It does. But turns out there's a way to shut that off. You got to think about that. Yeah. Hey, I never said I was perfect. No. No, I did it. I did it. Oh, well. Anyway, on to lighter material. Sure. Long Island man's $100 million suit. Complaint, his suit? Oh, lawsuit. Claims female boss forced him into sex at work for years. Even a Mercedes needs a tune-up sometimes. So she's claiming she's a Mercedes, Anyway, all right, so this Long Island man says he was forced to bed his female boss for years at the Queens drug rehab where they worked. And she even tried to justify the morning sex romps by invoking former President Obama. Huh. Barack met Michelle at work. She was his boss. Be presidential. I think the next text from you should be saying, thank you. St. Joseph's Medical Center Program Director Michelle Poole allegedly told underling Kean Cooper, according to his $100 million sex discrimination suit, I'm so undervalued. Even a Mercedes needs a tune-up sometimes. Even at the job, everyone at the job knew what was going on behind the closed doors. Well, they could hear it. Poole's office because of the yes, I didn't read it because of the loud noises relative to sexual activities. See, he's really upset about it. She made me do things. Oh no! And every time he tried to put a stop to the twisted rendezvous, she threatened to fire him. And that's how that works. You want a paycheck? And you know what to do. I asked her to stop face to face numerous times, more than 100 times, and in text messages about, 12 to 14 times. Find her the job, Poole allegedly told Cooper. Well, it was an option, but I guess he really liked this one except for the extracurricular activities. Anyway, Poole adamantly denied the allegations to the Post, insisting their 6-month affair was mutual, that Cooper showered her with gifts and romantic cards, and that she had no authority to hire or fire him. He's just making stuff up, she insisted. I have proof of the intimate things he sent me. I have credible evidence, and I will be filing a lawsuit against anyone who slanders me, she added. Cooper also claimed Poole had an affair with a second employee. But the man denied. The man? You mean him, right? Did he have a boyfriend? Then I guess this really was force. Oh, well, let's take a look at the. Oh. The alleged sexual encounters took place 2 to 3 times a week in her fourth floor office, often near the start of his 6 a.m. shift. When Poole would summon him, after a while, I would do things to avoid her, he alleged. Walking from the 3rd to the 4th floor, I would think, damn it, how am I going to get out of this office without feeling gross? Yeah, I don't know. I basically was just trying to take the abuse and save my job, said Cooper, 50, who is still employed as a clinical supervisor at St. Joseph's. Poole is no longer employed at St. Joseph's, though it's unclear if she was terminated or allowed to leave on her own. Desperate to keep the job due to a past drug conviction, Cooper, who has since earned 2 master's degrees in social work and urban affairs, alleged in his lawsuit, that Poole was already having an affair with another employee at St. Joseph's Opioid Treatment Center when he began in 2019. Man, this chick's really, horny. In 2022, the flirty Poole allegedly sent him an anonymous fruit basket before demanding a sexual relationship, which kicked off with a date at the Marriott Marquis in Midtown. Hey, look, there's the building. Anyway, Cooper, who said he's since been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, took 2 medical leaves, including 1 month long absence and another 2 months due to stress and anxiety, after he finally complained in February 2024. Poole allegedly told Cooper, "The shit you pulled was extremely foul. You hung me out to dry." Men are just as much victims of sexual harassment as women, said Cooper's lawyer, Joanne Squealis and Stephen Drummond. Poole sent fruit baskets to all the employees for their birthdays. She's banging all of them, and denied any sex took place in the office. So you did them elsewhere. Got a room, all that. Anyway, we had a full staff by 6 a.m., she said, noting her secretary was present during their meetings. I never done anything to harm him. St. Joseph's did not return a request for comment. Yeah, they probably don't want to talk about it. But post-traumatic stress disorder, well, to each their own and everything, but, maybe. All right, well, good luck, and maybe it'll all work out. You never know. You think he'll get $100 million? He got his degree and everything. That's something. And then he can have experience with other people who've suffered, those types of abuse. So, Rudy Baga, that's a pricey suit. It is $100 million suit. Wow. The buttons could be gold and all that. Oh, they could be made of gold. There we go. All right. Well, sometimes you get bored and you got to find activities to take yourself from the boredom. Maybe hobbies and stuff. It's kind of a distraction from the boredom that often accompanies life. It can be troubling. So hobbies are a good thing, but not all of them. Iowa man finds cure for the blahs by exposing himself to passing cars. Yes, an Iowa man in that exact position recently sought to shake off the blues by exposing himself to passing cars on two separate interstates. Well, twice last month, Danon Ari, 30, stood against the rear of his 2012 Chevrolet Impala with his pants and underwear removed to his ankles and shirt lifted to casually expose his genitals and abdomen to oncoming traffic in suburban Iowa City. When questioned by police, Ari reportedly confessed to his indecent exposures. According to criminal complaints, Ari explained that his behavior was fulfilling as excitement that was currently missing in his blah life. Oh, man. Investigators say that Ari knew this behavior to be inappropriate and unacceptable, as well as offensive to others within view. Ari, who has a lengthy rap sheet, was arrested on 2 indecent exposure counts. Ari, who's being held in the Johnson County Jail in lieu of $5,000 bond, was transferred into the custody of state prison officials, apparently for violating probation terms stemming from a prior felony conviction. Did it involve, some sort of perversion or another? Yeah. Well, we'll probably be hearing from Ari again soon, But there you go. He just, wanted to show off. And a lot of people, they just don't like show-offs. Certainly to that extent. I mean, certainly not to that. See, I ruined the whole thing. Certainly not to that extent. There, see, that works. Yeah. All right, well, there he goes. He's got things to deal with now, although being in a cell, I imagine, can probably be pretty boring too. But that's what you get for wagging that out there, you dumb fuck. All right. Oh, wait, I'm in the way. So I'd best get out of the way for this story. All right, let's hear oral arguments on this one. Woman busted again for getting oral exam. Really? Huh. The 45-year-old Florida woman, Sharon Soblinsky, is for the second time in 3 months facing criminal charges for publicly receiving oral favors from a male acquaintance. Soblinsky and her partner were named this week in a criminal information. You mean document? Charging them with indecent exposure, disorderly intoxication, and engaging in an unnatural and lascivious act in connection with a nude tryst on November 30th in the parking lot of a Winn-Dixie in the Florida Keys. Responding to a 911 call about people having sex outside the Marathon supermarket, a cop found 3 people laying in the parking lot. Specifically, Soblinsky was on her back with her pants down. Marshall Lowry, 43, was atop Soblinsky and facing the opposite direction with his head in her vagina area. As a sheriff's deputy approached the pair, Lowry was pulling Soblinsky's pants further down from the middle, while she pulled them down from the sides, exposing her vagina to the public. Soblinsky and Lowry were drunk, while the duo was engaging in the al fresco romp. A second man was laying next to them with an erect, uncovered penis sticking out of his shorts. Michael Howard, 59, was arrested for indecent exposure and disorderly intoxication. The 3 defendants have pled not guilty. Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding and an accident. They fell down. His dick came out of his shorts. It can happen. Anyway, they're scheduled for an arraignment. Lowry has been released on was he on $3,500 bail, while Saplinski and Howard remain in custody. In late August, Saplinski was arrested for a 2:40 a.m. sexual encounter behind a Tom Thumb gas station in Marathon, responding to witness reports about cunnilingus in the car wash. Geez, that's the deal, man. You're always want to go down on Saplinski. In the car wash area, a patrolman found a pants-free Saplinski with the male positioned between her legs performing oral flags. Cops reported that Saplinski and Vincent Cruz, 61, admitted they should not have been engaged in sexual activity in public. Yeah. And said they were homeless and had no other place to go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the duo was highly intoxicated and surrounded by several beer cans and a vodka bottle. The Tom Thumb manager wanted to press charges because the suspects were trashing and disturbing her place of business. Well, yes. Yeah, you can't have that going around. I mean, you got two people doing that while you're trying to wash your car. Your car's just not going to feel as clean after that, you know? So it is bad for business. Anyway, Saplinski and Cruz each subsequently pled no contest and were adjudged guilty of disorderly conduct, to say the least. Saplinski was placed on probation while Cruz was sentenced to the 2 weeks he had already served in the county jail. Well, you know what? Since they're homeless, it all worked out. They do have a place to stay now. See? Maybe that's the plan. Wow. Wow, yeah. But geez. Something about Saplinski's cooter, huh? Guys they just got to go down on that thing. And even at the risk of their own freedom. You know? So. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I guess it's just so good. It's just so good. Oh, wait. It's this one. Oh, this one's kind of brutal, but not as brutal as, you know, that other one. Oh, damn it. Oh, we got to do it this way. There we go. Nope, not that. There we go. All right. Man went hog wild on Palm Beach Street. No, it's not that. It's not that. A Florida man who records videos of himself eating raw animal meat for social media content was arrested for slicing open a dead hog and biting into its flesh, a revolting alfresco meal that took place not far from the Mar-a-Lago Club, in Palm Beach. You're arresting me for this revolting alfresco meal? According to police, Jonathan Houston, 27, brought the hog's carcass to a public sidewalk. Yeah. He wants you to see it. He's filming it, you know, in the Midtown Beach area on November 23rd. With his camera rolling, Houston then began biting into the carcass, tearing out chunks of the dead animal through a slit in its neck. A female witness who called 911 told cops that a man appeared to be cutting up a German Shepherd in the shadow of the Worth Avenue clock tower. The woman reported seeing the suspect cutting the animal's torso open with a knife and spilling its fluid on the sidewalk. Using a description of the suspect's truck and the license plate reader system, cops quickly identified Houston and questioned him about the incident. Houston confirmed that he was eating a deceased hog and provided police with the corresponding video, portions of which he subsequently uploaded to his Not Safe for Work Instagram page, which has, at this writing, 3,083 followers. Man, a lot of people want to watch a guy eat a dead animal raw. A still image from that video is seen above. Yep, there you go. He's hard at work on the hog. Okay, as detailed in a court filing, police found probable cause to charge Houston with criminal mischief for creating a potential biohazard, mostly to himself. But anyway, by spilling the dead animal's fluid onto the sidewalk. Oh, yeah, there's that too. Fire and rescue officials were summoned to wash down the scene, which cost the town $346. Houston was booked into the county jail on a $2,000 bond and has pled not guilty to the misdemeanor charge. Well, you're on camera. Filmed by you, you idiot. Say he's got the look. Pretty soon he's going to get tired of hogs, you know, and he's going to go to people. It's just a matter of time. A resident of Clewiston, a city about 60 miles from Palm Beach, Houston today posted on Instagram that he had been arrested for spilling a minuscule amount of blood while filming the hog video. Yeah, what's the big deal? He claimed that prosecutors sought a $100,000 bond and tried to keep me off computers and social media. Houston wrote that the consumption of raw animal parts is a traditional African diet. And the Spartans drink pig blood, adding that I'm not done with all my projects, but I lost my job for this, so I'm back. Fuck it. Oh, he got fired? Yeah. Yeah. We found out you drink pig's blood. We don't want that around here. We don't feel that greatly represents the attitude and philosophy of our business here at Walmart. So that's that, you know. And he chose raw pig meat and blood. Well, yeah, blood. Over everything else. Now he's even more determined. But again, you saw those eyes. Pretty soon, pig meat and blood ain't going to cut it. He's going to cut something else. Probably a human being. I mean, that's just the way it goes, you know. That's how monsters reveal themselves. All the time. Oh, damn it. Come on. You're supposed to. It is up, isn't it? Yeah. So. All right. Alrighty. Getting really tired. I can't go on anymore. I must have other story. There it is. DC pipe bomb suspect Brian Cole Jr. has secret online life, obsessing over My Little Pony. Brian Cole Jr., 30, was seemingly obsessed with the toys marketed at young girls, creating art of plastic pony dolls, remixes of songs about them, and writing fan fiction dedicated to them. His works are spread across various social media accounts linked to Cole's email address and phone number. I'm not cute. I'm deadly. Is that supposed to be a lightsaber out of a garden tool? I don't know. Hey, I like ponies. What's wrong with that? Posting as I Delta Velocity, Cole apparently uploaded 87 pictures of My Little Pony fan art to one forum, showing various pony and unicorn characters. One is depicted with a bionic leg brace, and he appears to favor pink are purple ponies with long, multicolored manes. Uh-huh. In one post, a Star Wars-inspired pony says in a speech bubble, "I'm not cute, I'm deadly," which Cole says is a line from video game Star Wars: The Old Republic. A Tumblr account, of course, focused on My Little Pony art, which used one of Cole's usernames, commented on a drawing of a pony with an M60 machine gun, writing, I'd give her an RPG. What can I say? Explosions are cool," referring to a rocket-propelled grenade launcher. Okay. Oh, boy. A man who is part of the My Little Pony, a subculture, is known as Brony. A man who is... So, what? So that's the definition. A man who likes Little Pony is a brony. The community was, in 2017, large enough to hold annual conventions and expects considered followers sincere in their fandom. None of Cole's posts examined by the post had any noticeable sexual connotations. Well, okay. Anyway, one fan fiction story apparently authored by Cole showcases his bringing together My Little Pony fantasy and horror. Apple Bloom's eyes snapped open as she sat up in her bed, panting heavily and sweat dripping from her red mane. The skeletons, the zombified ponies rising up from the ground, their decaying bodies, rotting flesh sliding off from their bones, he allegedly wrote. She buried her face in her hooves, crying silently at the horrible images that inhabited her mind. A former high school classmate told the Washington Post that Cole had carried a My Little Pony backpack and had been teased for it. So, of course, he grew up to be a bomber, you know. There he goes. I wonder, does that have a My Little Pony cartoon on it? You know, it might be significant. Anyway, the subculture of bronies, I thought it was. Well, anyway, was very online and unique and attracted a lot of male fans who were breaking gender norms. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which attracted a lot of attention, said Dr. Daniel Chadbourne, an assistant professor of psychology, who wrote the book, Meet the Bronies, the psychology of the adult My Little Pony fandom. The subculture was not generally sexual, Chadbourne noted, adding he isn't surprised that within the community, some of its members are troubled. Someone who is disaffected is often going to look for spaces to engage in for a sense of identity and belonging. Hasbro, the toy company behind My Little Pony, did not immediately respond to a request for a comment from the post. It's like, we don't want to hear about this. Oh. Well, since his arrest last week, little information and no motive for Cole's actions has emerged. He was reclusive. Oh, yeah. Apart from walking his chihuahua in his local neighborhood and lived with his family. Huh. Still no pony cartoons on the, yeah. Anyway, his grandmother described him as almost autistic-like because he doesn't understand a lot of stuff. And he worked for the family bail bonds company. Cole wrote his interests are Parker, music, video games, mainly horror, oh boy, drawing, well, there's nothing wrong with that, improving myself philosophically, anime in a profile on another Tumblr account. He also responded to a question about what makes him feel better when he's in a bad mood with smashing my head on my keyboard. Oh, okay. Finally. I thought I'd never get out of there. At least I'm back to my old self again. Huh? What? Okay, whatever. Names he appears to have gone under to post online include I Delta Velocity, Delta 1 Forgotten, Brawn 1 Delta, and Blue Velocity. Huh. Mostly Delta, though. Under the latter, he posted songs he made in the electro swing genre, some also with My Little Pony themes, such as Pony I Want to Be, I Delta Velocity remix, and Doing the Equestrian Jive. Anyway, after Dwitty, his public online activity trails off. At that time, he was already putting his pipe bomb plan in action, according to authorities who say he was visiting several retailers around Northern Virginia, including Home Depot stores, Micro Center, Lowe's, and Walmart, to amass material to make his crude bombs, neither of which detonated. Cole faces charges for transporting an explosive device across state lines with the intent to kill, injure, and damage property and attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. He's already confessed to police. Well, there you go. I wonder if hey, let's talk about My Little Pony, and that really opened him up. Oh, you get it, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see, do you see the cultural things that we think are all harmless? And yet, look what happens. You become a mad bummer. So, don't collect pony toys. I think that's the lesson we've all learned here. All right. So for our final story, a little bit of science. Yeah, we can always do for a little bit of extra knowledge, especially when it might help your health. Oh yeah. Pale too cold to be exposing oneself now. So I've thought. Oh yeah, good thinking. JJ Reddit B1V. Expose yourself, get sent to Johnson County Jail. Yes. This one goes to Johnson. Pale May criminal investigation. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Reddit B1V. Expose your Johnson gets. I already read that one. JJ Reddit B1V. Has Jake Tapper discovered yet that Brian Cole is black? I don't know. I mean, I guess he thought, oh, come on, he's got to be. He likes, a little pony. So maybe that was it. See? Come on. Give him a chance. Jeez. He's being described as a white man. Huh? Well, I mean, he has to be, right? He's just got to be, right? Oh, well. Sniffing your own farts could boost brain power, fend off Alzheimer's. Wouldn't that just be about right? The cure for Alzheimer's is your farts. So start huffing, Well, researchers at Johns Hopkins Medicine have found that hydrogen sulfide, the rotten egg smelling chemical compound expelled when one breaks wind, could protect aging brain cells from cognitive decline and Alzheimer's, which is diagnosed in roughly 500,000 new patients each year in the U.S. The new data firmly link aging, neurodegeneration, and cell signaling using hydrogen sulfide and other gaseous molecules within the cell, said Dr. Bindu Paul, associate professor at the prestigious medical center and co-author of the study, which was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Yeah, see, this one here is a lot of fart gas, but this one doesn't. Look at this empty space. Oh, no. For the trailblazing investigation, researchers used genetically modified mice and then made them fart on themselves. I don't know, that mimic human Alzheimer's disease. They injected the mice with a fart, a hydrogen sulfide carrying compound called Nagi, which slowly releases the gas molecules throughout the body. After 12 weeks, the scientists tested the mice for changes in memory and motor function, and the results were shocking. The tests revealed both cognitive and motor function improved by a staggering 50% compared to untreated mice. The rodents who received the hydrogen sulfide treatment were more physically active and displayed better memory. Hell, they won't forget that. No one forgets that stench. Anyway, the results showed that the behavioral outcomes of Alzheimer's disease could be reversed by introducing hydrogen sulfide. There you go. Got to eat more beans, I guess. The human body naturally creates small amounts of hydrogen sulfide to help regulate functions throughout the body. An enzyme called glycogen synthase beta helps regulate these cellular processes. Previous research has shown that female flatulence actually has a significantly higher concentration of hydrogen sulfide than farts from men, meaning women's gas tends to have greater odor intensity than men's. Unfortunately, hydrogen sulfide levels decrease with age. Ah, damn it. Well, they still stink to high heaven, don't they? I mean, anyway, when the enzyme is absent, it starts to stick too closely to another protein called tau, according to another study. When they bind too often, tau forms clumps in neurons that block communication between nerve cells and eventually cause them to die. This leads to the deterioration and eventual loss of cognition, memory, and motor function, the research team explained. So, whipping up the funk of your own flatulence is good for you. Boy, I guess all those lefties in the South Park cartoon, they were onto something. Wow, what a weird turn of events. The groundbreaking results have opened new doors. Well, you're going to have to in Windows 2, to the development of drugs that will combat and maybe even eventually defeat the nightmare of Alzheimer's. Well, all right, there you go. Oh, damn it. Wasn't supposed to do it like that. Dummy, you got to go to this one. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Go away. Go away. There you go. There you go. It's okay now. It's okay. Bloop. Well, there you have it. It turns out people suffering with Alzheimer's, you must fart in their faces, especially you women. So I guess the nurses will have to do this to perk them up, give them a fighting chance. Fart in their face. It's for their own good. All right, there you go. How about that, huh? JJ Reddit B1B. How did they conduct this study? I don't know. I mean, they must have thrown their hands up. Let's try farting. And so they farted on the mice, you know. Well, look at that. He found his way out of the maze. Yes, exactly. Eat more pork and beans. JJ Reddit. Women's farts are more powerful. Another thing women lead in. There you go. See? You take pride in that. The farts of women will save the minds of the elderly. There you go. See? It all works out. And what if this turns out to be the breakthrough? You can't say God doesn't have a sense of humor. Yeah. Where is the cure? You're sitting on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. It sure is. Oh, cool. I've got a super tip. I know. I got to get excited now. And I am. Believe me. But now I got to do the magic trick here in EVMux to make it work so that we can enjoy the super tip from Pal Al. Oh, boy. It's just a text one. Okay. Put towards Bunny's fees $13. So now I got to go to her OnlyFans account, sign up, and send her $13 for what those nasty Badongagong police officers in Polly did, ruining her fun. Damn it, all that expense and trouble she went through. And she had to leave with nothing and was out $13. So, well, you know, when I cash the $13, I'll think of Bunny Blue. I will, I promise. Well, thank you very much, Pal Al. There we go. Super tip. It's just the best way to tip. It is. All right. There we go. That's all the stories I've got. I got through them. You got through them. We did it together, and we had a few laughs at horrible stories of misery, disgusting acts, and ended on a fart. Well, it was for science and the hope of humanity. So that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, what else do you want me to say? That's exactly what it is. All right. We'll do it again soon. And you have a good rest of your... Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. I got to go. We got to go out of the Super Tip studio into the regular studio. See how the Super Tip sign disappears when I do that. But anyway, there we go. And we'll get together again soon. Maybe tonight. I don't know. I still got other stuff to do. I really do need to go to town, but man, am I beat. It's almost as if I sat in this chair for hours during the night. Oh, I did. God damn, the show was just too much fun. Geez. So, yeah, go subscribe to the P. Dixon channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. I'm usually there. You know, we have a lot of fun on it. And last night was he's been having quite a few of those of late. So it's been a great couple of weeks for Pat Dixon. You know, God bless him. And hopefully the trend continues. And it's just a fun show. It just is. Plus he plays the piano. You know, you super tip him $5 or more, and he'll play whatever song you ask him to. You know, provided he can figure it out. Sometimes it's a chore, but then even that becomes part of the show. So, anyway, that's the deal. Okay, see you later. Yeah, take care. You too. And a long night. It was a long night in today. A long night into, well, Nailsin News. Yeah. All right. Again, thanks for the super tip. Thanks for watching. And we'll do it again soon. Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah.
Killers, killing killing and killing. Nailsin News. Where all the money go? Ain't nobody gonna know. Do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing? Nailsin News. News.
It's said that King Arthur was Britain's greatest ruler. Well, he got the throne by pulling a sword out of a rock. This gave him a massive hernia. He turned to Merlin, but eating rat tails and rubbing frog guts all over will not cure a hernia. Anyway, he couldn't fuck all that well on account of his condition. So his wife turned to Lancelot. Yeah, he hired a guy named Lancelot to guard his horny wife. So Lancelot lanced her, a lot. Meanwhile, Arthur got seduced by his sister, and their inbred offspring did him in. It's all sad if not so stupid. Still, though, Britain would be better off with a ruler like Arthur today.